Buying a new development condo is slightly more complicated than buying a regular apartment. There are two reasons for this. Reason number one, buyer closing costs for new developments are much higher. They can be up to 6% compared to, say, 3 to 4% for non-new development condos. Reason number two, whether the buyer or seller pays certain closing costs with a new development is negotiable. So in this video, we'll tell you exactly what you should do before negotiating a new development condo purchase here in New York City. I'm Nick at Houseit. Visit houseit.com to learn how to save money if you're buying a new development here in New York City. So let's get started. First things first, a bit of terminology. In this video, we will use the words developer and sponsor interchangeably. They both mean the same thing. Both words refer to the entity which owns the building. In other words, the seller of the apartment you're trying to buy. The first thing you should do before negotiating a new development condo in New York City is to request the closing cost summary from the building's offering plan. This document provides a highly detailed overview of all closing costs applicable for the new development you're considering. It's usually several pages in length. Many buyers and buyer's agents make the mistake of simply asking the listing agent for an overview of the closing costs without asking to see the exact language from the offering plan. This is problematic because a listing agent could provide a vague answer, or the agent could accidentally or perhaps intentionally omit a closing cost. For example, the listing agent might say that the purchaser is responsible for paying the developer's legal fees, but she or he might omit the actual amount. Are the developer's legal fees $2,000 or $3,000? How much are the additional legal fees for the purchase of a storage cage or parking spot? In addition, the listing agent could intentionally or accidentally omit something. In one small Brooklyn new development we came across recently, the sponsor added an additional buyer closing cost of $3,000 to, quote, defray the sponsor's costs of creating the condominium, end quote. This closing cost was in addition to the usual sponsor legal fees. The listing agent didn't mention this extra $3,000 closing cost, only saying that the buyer was responsible for transfer taxes and legal fees. Now, if we hadn't requested and read the closing cost overview from the offering plan, the buyer would have been responsible for paying this extra closing cost by default, since we wouldn't have known to negotiate it. Or perhaps the shock discovery of this unanticipated closing cost may have resulted in the buyer backing out of the deal after an accepted offer but prior to signing the contract. The second thing you should do before submitting an offer and negotiating on a new development condo is to confirm what incentives, if any, are being offered by the developer. For example, many new developments will openly advertise that the developer has agreed to cover some closing costs which are typically the responsibility of the purchaser, such as transfer taxes and attorney fees. More motivated developers might even agree upfront to provide some sort of credit to cover a number of months of real estate taxes or common charges. We've also seen developers offer free gym memberships for buildings which have gyms. Whatever incentives being offered by the developer don't need to be negotiated since the sponsor has already agreed to them upfront. The first step in obtaining this information is to reread the listing description. Oftentimes, the incentives being offered by the developer are listed there. However, this information is frequently out of date. Even if the listing description mentions something about developer incentives, make sure you confirm what's being offered in writing with the listing agent before submitting an offer. A developer might also be offering a higher buyer agent commission or a higher commission for contracts signed within a certain time period. Similarly, any incentives being offered might be predicated on a contract being signed before a certain date. Now, if you fail to confirm what incentives are being offered prior to negotiating, the goalposts of the negotiation will be biased against you, so to speak. In other words, you might think the developer is being extra flexible during the negotiation because they're offering XYZ incentive. But in reality, they're not being flexible at all, since they're offering that to everyone upfront without having to negotiate. You just didn't realize this. If you mistakenly think you're negotiating for something which is in fact already being offered by the developer, it means that the terms of your original offer aren't aggressive enough. The third thing you should do before submitting an offer and negotiating is to confirm what other things are for sale in the building. For example, storage cages, parking spots, or rooftop cabanas. Get the specifics of everything. For example, what size storage cages are for sale, and what are the asking prices for each size. You really should ask for this information, even if you're not necessarily interested in buying any of these things. You should do this because it's very common for a developer to give away a storage cage during the course of a negotiation. Or a developer might be willing to offer a highly discounted price, which actually might make you very interested in buying one of these things. So if you don't have the complete picture of what sorts of things might be negotiable, it will weaken your negotiating position and reduce your chances of getting the best possible deal. The final thing you should do before submitting an offer is to request a buyer agent commission rebate. This is an easy way to save thousands or tens of thousands of dollars on your purchase. In essence, your buyer's agent will give you back a large portion of the commission paid to her or him by the developer. Buyer agent commissions on new developments are typically the highest in New York City, and this means the size of the rebate you can receive from your buyer's agent is substantial. It's a great way to significantly reduce your buyer closing costs. At Houseit, we offer buyer agent commission rebates through our Buyer Closing Credit program. To learn more and sign up, visit houseit.com, send an email to team@houseit.com, or give us a call at 888-494-8258. Don't be one of those buyers who leaves money on the table by not requesting a buyer agent commission rebate on your purchase. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. We'd greatly appreciate it. I'm Nick at Houseit, and we'll see you on the next video.